Hello, welcome everyone to our first Q&A session. Today we have again a female director and a very interesting film, White Cloud. We have with Anja Medved today, and welcome Anja. You are muted.
Happy to be here.
We are happy to host you as well. So first, I will now introduce you to our audience and also mention the summary of your film, let's say. Anja Medved studied both theater and radio directing at Ljubljana Academy of Theater and Film. She is an author as well, and with her mother, Nadia Veluschek, they co-authored an extensive documentary opus investigating relations between personal and collective memory of the border area between Slovenia and Italy. This is also, I guess, where she lives and works now. The name of the place is Nova Gorica, where she manages a film production company and a memory archive named Cinematic. Right, Anja? Would you like to add anything about this part?
Cinematic, like a cinematic. In a way, it's like a small game of words. Okay. But attic is also the place where you store precious things. So in this sense, cinematic. Just
okay, a good wordplay. Like it's referring to archiving.
Yes,
yes. Of things. It's about memory archive. Mm-hmm. So. Also, I would like to talk about the White Cloud before the Q&A. Along one of the most beautiful rivers in Europe, an ecological catastrophe has invisibly taken place for many years. The cement plant, which employed the majority of the local population, helping thus to improve their living conditions, used asbestos in its production processes. This mineral fiber has been prohibited since 1996, but the consequences of its use in the past are becoming even more visible now. So this is what I have from the synopsis. First of all, I want to express my first audience reception for your film. I was very sad at the beginning, witnessing these people's tragedy in that town. Then I also felt privileged to see an ecological documentary which is produced by a female director. Because in Turkey as well, we have lots of issues with climate and environment, and I think speaking about this, visualizing this, and transferring this kind of information to the audience is very valuable. So thank you very much for your contribution, first of all, to our festival. And I would like to ask, first of all, how did you decide to do such a project on this topic?
Mm-hmm. Well, just practical reason was that I was invited by a festival a human festival to, it was supposed to be an omnibus. The directors that were present at that festival were invited to make a short film about human rights issues from their country, from their hometown, from all over the world. We were like, I don't know, maybe 10 directors. Mm-hmm. And of course, this was my most personal and close human rights topic, because my family is coming from this part of Slovenia, where the cement plant is, and especially because this problem was taboo for many years. So we were living with the big presence of this issue, because our relatives were not only getting cancer, but also dying. But at the same time, it was a taboo. So I thought it's really, really a moment to talk about it. Of course, this issue in the beginning of this century, like late 90s, they prohibited the use of asbestos, and also people, the rights of the people that got ill and also were in contact with asbestos, they got some researchments, like some money for their loss of health, but still the problem is not over, because this asbestos, asbestosis, it's really, really, how you say, it's like having a bomb inside your body. So you don't know when it's going to explode. It can explode after 30 years of working or being in contact with asbestos. So in this year with COVID, and with already that people that had health problems, especially health problems connected with lungs, are even more in a really, really heavy position, and we cannot imagine what they're going through, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. As far as I can see from the movie, there was a couple actually. The man lost his wife, and he says, when the doctor said me that my wife has cancer, I asked him how it can happen, because I was the one who was working there for 20 years, while my wife just worked for 2 years, I guess. So, and the doctor said, just inhaling it for once is enough to be getting cancer. I was shocked by this information. I mean, there is no way that you can get rid of this danger if you are living there, even if you are not working in that factory. So this can be called, I would call it a scandal, a health scandal. So in the following years, after you had around 500 cases, was there any action taken by the government or by the authorities, by international authorities?
Yes, I mean, of course, there were, as I said, there was also a legal process, and the people got their confirmation of their rights, and also they got some money for that. But interesting is this, that this is really an international issue. And people that they started to organize in associations that were protecting the rights of the people. And for example, just on the other side of the border in Italy, but not very far away from where this catastrophe happened, the other catastrophe happened in Monfalcone. This is like a smaller industrial town near Trieste, where they were also using asbestos for construction of boats, the ships. and all the same exact tragedy happened there. So there are many little spots all over the world where asbestos was used in the industry, because it was banned only in Slovenia after the 90s. But they say that first kind of issues about the danger of this microscopic fiber came out in '88 in Canada. So you can see how much time takes that things start to change.
1988. Okay.
Yes. It's not that, you know, in '88 somebody discovered this is a huge issue, health issue, and things would change. We had to wait for another 10 years, and maybe somewhere still this issue is not completely resolved. So it's important to understand. I mean, it's a maybe I want to think about it more as an example of what we have to be careful in today and also in the future. Because also it made me think, what are the poisonous fibers or materials or liquids or vibes that we are exposed to today, but only after 20 years we will know that it was dangerous, when it will be too late, of course. Too late. Yes. Yeah. So I think this is the most important question that I'm also raising, because it's very possible if this happened not so far away. I mean, we are not talking about 19th century, we are talking about 20 years, 30 years ago. So I don't know, maybe after 30 years, somebody will say, you know, these phones, they had something inside that was really not good for you. And I don't know, but it's a question that we should ask. I mean, we should be alert about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this is a very courageous movie, and also it has a political side of it, because of this big systems of capitalist society. So what were the challenges on your way while you were going through this film shooting journey, and how were the difficulties in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, the footages are, I made them like 10 years ago, actually. Yes, but I edited it this year because, yes, because this project was not, that I was telling you about at the beginning, was kind of cancelled. And I did it completely without any finances. So it was really almost like my private thing, because I had almost no collaborators, and I just felt an urge to film people that that, you know, I mean, they're old. Yes, it's really, I thought it's really important to have the chance to film their memories about this experience they had. And it was also strange, I mean, strange. The irony of the whole thing is that this factory was really felt like their home, you know. They were really they were really feeling part of it, and it's true, because this factory gave them some kind of chance to have a better life. This was a very rural, very poor area, and the factory, like I'm talking about the generation of my grandmother. Mm-hmm. For the first time, they had a chance to have like in a rural area bathroom, the television. They were finally living like all normal modern people, going to the seaside. So for my grandmother, for example, this was a big change and something that they were really longing for. At the same time, this factory, of course, destroyed a lot of other things. It destroyed the environment, part of the river that was completely damaged at certain area. Now things are different because the cement is not already such a big commercial profit. So the river is now in a much better condition as it used to be in the 70s, 80s. I mean, it was not a river. It was just a dump. It was really scary to see this place. So what I say, that these people were really feeling connected to the place, and also the whole families were working there. The whole villages were working there. And also I heard that these people were very connected, and also the administration of it was kind of democratic. They were really working in support of the workers, and workers had a lot of they had the chance to also decide about their schedules and work politics. But at the end, it was the worst enemy. And this is this, I feel, it's this irony that is also concerning. Maybe it's something that we are maybe also taking part, not knowing, in some ways. Of course, people. There are people that are. Are responsible. They say that nobody knew that this was dangerous, but I don't know. Some people must have been aware of it, but they decided to be quiet, to take it silent, because if this issue would be public, everything would collapse. The economy would collapse. Mm-hmm. And so even now, it is so strange to see, because now this place is facing new ecological catastrophes. This place is really damned in a way, because now, of course, it's the big issue of burning waste, and this ovens that were made for cement now are very practical for destroying the waste, and all the toxic substances that come with that. So now we are again faced with some kind of silence, because nobody really knows what is happening there, what are how dangerous it is, and so it's a new and added health issue on already really weak health, already destroyed by asbestos in this area. So the story, it's going on, and it feels like you really have to be aware and alert. And I must say that women from this town are still doing a lot. For example, the doctor, she just after decades of watching how the percentage of mesothelioma, the cancer, is going up, and it's much higher than in other parts of Slovenia. At one point, she just said, I cannot sleep at night, I must do something. So she wrote this letter and gathered some public movement and also support of other doctors for the protection of these people that are really living here in like hostages in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's a very complicated issue, but that's why maybe I like the opening scene of your movie very much. There was this character talking about how she dreamed of being the part of that factory while she had to work for the channel at that time, but just because of that, maybe she's alive. And
yes,
and I can imagine how the factory was symbolizing what was the meaning of that factory for people, because it is something that you can get money in a systematic way, both financially and also culturally, because it means that modernization, also urbanization, as you said, a kind of new technologies that comes with this factory altogether. But at the same time, again, as you said, the side effects, the ongoing potential dangers, and both health problems and environmental problems. I think it's at one point it's unavoidable to speak about these issues, but on the other side, as you said, again, there is a silence because people know that sometimes their short future just depends on the presence of this factory, maybe. So it's kind of a vicious circle in their lives.
Exactly.
And I really wonder how the audience, which live close to this town, this region, let's say, give feedback. How do they receive your film, and what are the audience's comments on this film?
Yeah, well, I would just say that I really, what you said, a vicious circle. And this is the vicious circle we are also taking part of in our everyday life, because at one stand, we have to survive, we have to, it seems like there is no escape from this circle. But on the other hand, this circle should be stopped, because we are going towards even bigger catastrophes if we are not slowing down this circle, this vicious circle that we are all in, of course. Yes, I mean, there was not, unfortunately, because of the COVID, the premiere was only on internet this year. So I hope when it's going to be possible to have the premiere also in the town, of course, yeah, I'm sure it's going to happen. So I cannot tell you because I was not in a direct, like a public or audience situation where you feel the energy. But of course, people that are I saw the film. Yeah, it's another stone in this collective trying to protect this area. There are also other people that are fighting for the rights of this, for the health of these people. So I'm really happy to contribute to this fight.
And I was also going to ask you if you are planning to continue doing a new film, maybe a new project about this issue, or what are you planning to do in a post-COVID film arena? Hopefully, let's say post.
Well, now I am making a film with my mother again about Second World War, and so we are collecting memories of people that were at the time children. But it's true, there are, again, I mean, it's very important to record their thoughts, their memories, because they are very old. And when one generation that remember important past, like Second World War, disappears, something changes also in the present. So our kind of work was always to try to record, to stop some memories that otherwise would go lost. And so that's my focus at this moment.
So maybe it would be a good idea to invite your mother as well. I wish I knew that. So maybe for our next collaboration, let's say, I will be looking forward to see her as well, because as I can understand, she is one of the main contributors of these memories to rebuild this collective memory.
Yes,
to recollect memories.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this it's strange because it started what is 20 years ago. It started that we made a film about First World War, and at that time we kind of got really like physically aware that this we are talking with people that are remembering First World War. It seems like ages away now, and it's true. I mean, if we wouldn't do this work, then a lot of ideas about this time would get lost, especially because usually you hear a lot about you know everything about battles and soldier strategies, but you don't hear much about how it was when you had to dress your kids, to put them on a carriage to go who knows where, because the war was coming. So these were the stories that we were always very, very curious about. How, yes, I mean, of course, women were the ones that were taking care of the everyday life, while the history was happening in the first plan, but it's really important to see what was behind the scenes. And this was, and there you see that also people were not, I mean, maybe the war was happening on the first, but behind the scenes, people were friends, people were helping each other, even if they were enemies. We hear a lot of stories of people really being supportive, like women to each other, and yeah. So this is very, very interesting. So yeah, this is how it started with when we started to work with my mama, Nadia, and so there were another 10 films that we made together in this way. Yes.
And it is very interesting that we always read the history from the male perspective, but it has, I'm sure that there are some alternative narratives and perspectives to this kind of manly, quote unquote, stories. I think this is very precious that you have your mother and you are in a collaboration, and I'm very happy to hear this in this festival. We are trying to rebuild the sisterhood and cooperation and support among women directors. So as I said, I would be happy to know her as well, and I am glad that you are here today. Would you like to add anything about your film, your future plans, or if you have any comment or question?
No, I'm so happy to meet you, and that this festival, I really wish your festival all the best. I think these places and spaces of connections, and especially when there is a focus on female cinema, because as you said, there are many ways of, I mean, it's interesting to try to spot this different ways of seeing history also, and also present that can come out of this gathering, or just just to staying from being together in a women friendship in a way. Hopefully next time we can see each other in a real life, and have more time to talk and laugh and just to know each other. So maybe someday, definitely with my mother. She's not speaking so well English, that's why it's a little bit a problem, but she's very communicative. Okay. So I'm sure also if she's not speaking English, you would understand each other.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I believe we can understand. So I hope to see you in Izmir in June, let's say. By the way, I live in Istanbul, but I am from Izmir. It's, let's say, meet at this our dream festival at our city Izmir in June. If not, I'm sure that we can see you again at another events with your future projects. So good luck with them, and also take care. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, and take care, and see you soon, hopefully.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.